Evil Celia evades police justice in early ITVX release as Emmerdale legends fear death. Marlon Dingle, Mark Charnock, attempted to do something about Celia Daniels, Jay Griffiths, in today's episode of Emmerdale, but reached a dead end very quickly. Marlon learned about April Windsor's, Amelia Flanagan, ordeal yesterday. He discovered that his little girl has been dealing drugs, being sold to older men for sex, and is now under the impression that she killed a man called Callum. While he was reeling in shock, Dylan Penders, Fred Kettle, was up at the farm telling Ray Walters, Joe Absalom, that Marlon knows everything, and that they should also go to the police. Ray managed to convince Dylan that they'd report Celia, but it turned out to be part of a darker plan. As they left the farm, Ray instructed Dylan to open the gate. While he was doing this, Ray video called his mum, who was waiting in Smithy Cottage with a very scared Marlon, Rona Goskirk, Zoe Henry, and April. The trio witnessed Ray hitting Dylan with his car. He then drugged the young man and left. Dylan is now in hospital on life support, and no one knows what state he'll be in if he wakes up. Marlon was of the view in today's episode that if the police find out about Celia and Ray, they won't have any choice but to protect those in danger. This, and his determination to keep his family safe, led him and April to the station. In the interview room, April was dealt another reminder of the nightmare she had a few weeks ago, which featured Ray shooting her dad dead after finding out everything. This made the young woman panic, so she ran out. The detective in charge encouraged Marlon to make a statement anyways, and he did. Unfortunately, the officer then explained that there isn't actually anything they can do at the moment regarding bringing Celia and Ray in. She said that even if they did, they wouldn't compile enough physical evidence in the allotted time frame, and they'd have no choice but to let them go. Marlon was frustrated. Everything Celia said yesterday about her being in control was absolutely true. Upon returning home, Marlon and April found Ray in the house. He had Rona on the floor and had instructed her not to move. Ray didn't hurt Rona, but his words completely shook her up. Rona used to be in an abusive relationship with a man called Pierce Harris. Ray knew this and kept mentioning his name, knowing she'd be triggered and reminded of the horror she went through with him. Ray told the family that he has people watching their every move all of the time, and that April still owes him a lot of money. The situation occurred so Ray could assert his control, and left feeling satisfied that the family knew he was in charge. After Marlon tried to comfort Rona, he told her that their only option is to leave the village. Rona believed this wouldn't work, but Marlon seemed convinced that they could find a window where they're not being watched, and Scarper. But will it work? Even if they do leave, Ray and Celia's world hasn't been destroyed, the problems are still there, so will attempting to leave even be worth it?